Phil!
Are you listening? Damn.
Alright, so my thought for the day. This morning Ziva was upset, actually, and, when kids get upset, they get upset. So I said to her, hey, well, let's sit down and watch a little movie together. And so we sat down to watch Wallace and Gromit. And it was funny because she was having a giggle at this guy. It's a little penguin thing in one of the movies. I think it was called The Wrong Trousers. And this penguin was trying to measure the height of a wall, and so it had a tape measure, and it kept trying to push the tape out up the wall to measure, and of course the tape would get so high and tip back. And I actually remember once when I was working in a particular job, looking out the window and watching this guy across the road. He was wanting to paint the side of a building to a certain level, and he was doing exactly the same thing. He had a tape measure and he was trying to push it up the wall, feed the tape measure out, those sort of metally ones, and it would get so high and it would keep tipping back on him. And I don't know how many times he'd done this. He finally got up on his ute roof and tried it that way, and I don't know if it still tipped back on him, or whether he actually managed to get the measurement he wanted. And I thought about that, and I remember sitting there sort of having a little bit of a giggle to myself at about how many times this guy kept pushing the tape measure up the wall and getting the exact same results, which was a tape measure falling back on him. So he was never reaching his goal or his accomplishment or the desired task. So I guess this thought's an obvious one. Sometimes in life we want different results in our life, and yet we keep trying to do the same thing. For example, you want to find job satisfaction, and so you might go for another job. You might have a job that you kind of enjoy, but it's not entirely what you want, and so you look for another job, and then you get into another job and you find it's kind of exciting for a while, and then the same thing happens, the same result happens, that you just feel that sort of dissatisfaction. And I think we can all do that. We do the same thing. They say, what do they say, that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. In my life, I was sort of looking for happiness and thinking that following the script was the right thing to do, and I just wasn't finding that happiness. I daydream a lot, and it actually took a really radical change, or to do things completely differently, to finally get that desired result. And it's interesting just trying different things. It's actually kind of fun to try different things to see what kind of results you're going to get. So if you've got goals in your life and they're just not happening, maybe look at doing things a little bit differently. You don't have to go as extreme as us. For us, it took quitting my job and getting a bus and setting off on an adventure. For you it might be, maybe instead of changing jobs all the time, think about something you're passionate about and see if you can turn it into a business. So many different things. It doesn't have to relate to your job, or just anything in life that you're wanting to change or find different results. There'll be some other solution that will produce the result that you're looking for. See, the other thing to think about too is that life is changing a lot. As you know, life has had some big changes for us recently, and so the way we were doing the bus no longer works for us. I don't have an HT license anymore, so we can't do things the same as we were, and so we've had to rethink it, and now we're doing it differently. We're doing a bus build at the moment in a smaller bus. So Cindy can drive it if she needs to, or at least I can drive it on my car license since I don't have an HD anymore. So it can be a number of things. It can just be that, you need to completely change the way you're doing things to get a different result. Or it could be that the thing that you've been doing has had its season and it's time to look at a different way to have a go at doing something and, seeing if you can get the desired results. So that's my thought for the day. Nothing too deep and meaningful. Craig Van Veek, I was going to try and do something funny today because I think you wanted a nice day. Hopefully this is this is a bit happier for you. Just thought I'd throw that in there because Craig made a comment on my last video. But anyway, guys, if it's not working, have a look at doing it a different way and see what happens. Alrighty, hope you're enjoying your day. See you later.